Once upon a time, at the edge of a quiet neighborhood, there was a house surrounded by tall green grass. Hidden deep within that grass was a secret world, a busy ant colony. To a human eye, it looked like nothing more than a pile of dirt. But inside it was a magnificent city. There were tunnels that looked like roads, rooms for storing food and quiet places to rest. At the heart of this colony lived the queen. She was larger than the others, wise and gentle. She guided her people with love, ensuring that everyone had food and stayed safe. Under her care, the ants worked together happily, sharing their burdens and living in peace. Living in the house nearby was a young teenage boy. He often felt bored and didn't pay much attention to the world around him. To him, the ant mound was just something ugly in the yard. One bright afternoon, looking for something to do, he filled a container with water. He walked over to the mound and, laughing softly to himself, poured the entire container over the colony. Inside the mound, the world turned into chaos. The water rushed through the tunnels like a massive river. Walls collapsed, food supplies washed away, and the ants cried out in terror. "It is a great flood! Protect the queen!" they shouted. Many ants were swept away, and their hard work was destroyed in seconds. Above ground, the boy just smiled at the mess he made and walked away, unaware of the suffering he had caused. The ants were heartbroken, but they did not give up. The queen gathered her shivering children and told them, "We are hurt, but we are alive. We will rebuild." Encouraged by her words, the ants began to repair their home, carrying mud and searching for new food. But their troubles were not over. Just as they were finding hope, a loud buzzing filled the sky. A swarm of giant green locusts descended upon them. These cruel insects had bullied the ants for years. They stole the little food the ants had left and destroyed what remained of the colony. The ants were too small to fight back, and the locusts left them with nothing. The queen realized that they could not survive if the boy continued to hurt them, especially with the locusts around. She had a vision and made a bold plan. "The boy must understand what it means to be small," she announced. The ants worked through the night to mix a magical glowing concoction using rare saps and leaves. When the potion was ready, a team of brave ants crept into the boy's room while he slept and carefully poured a drop into his ear. The next morning, the boy woke up screaming. The world had changed completely. The grass blades towered over him like giant trees, and pebbles looked like boulders. He had shrunk to the size of an ant. Terrified, he saw the ants surrounding him. He begged them not to hurt him. The ants gently carried him to the queen, who spoke to him with kindness. "You caused the flood that destroyed our home because you did not know us," she said. "Now you will live with us and learn our ways." For the next few weeks, the boy lived as an ant. He ate their simple food, helped dig tunnels, and carried heavy loads. For the first time, he saw how hard they worked and how much they cared for each other. He saw their struggles and felt their fear. He realized that the dirt pile he had flooded was actually a loving home. He felt deeply ashamed of his cruelty. One day, the sky darkened again. The locusts had returned. The ants were terrified, but this time the boy stepped forward. "Do not run," he shouted. "We can beat them." Using his human intelligence, he organized the ants into a proper army. He taught them how to defend the tunnels and fight back as one unit. When the locusts landed expecting an easy victory, they were met with a fierce resistance. The boy and the ants fought bravely, driving the bullies away for good. The colony celebrated their victory, and the queen smiled at the boy. "You have learned your lesson," she said. She gave him a second potion to restore him to his normal size. With tears in his eyes, he thanked them. When he grew back to a human, he returned to the mound. He never poured water on them again. Instead, he brought sugar and sweets, carefully placing them near the entrance. He had learned that even the smallest creatures have big lives, and from that day on, he protected them.